Hi Gemini, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless reading for you about love, life, money, whatever comes through. The idea is whenever you see this, that's when you're meant to find it. That being said, of course, only take what empowers you. That's what this whole channel is about. Only love and light in the space. If you'd like for us to pray for you, and by us, I mean myself, anybody else who wants to join in on this channel, simply say hi in the comment section or leave an emoji, something that represents your energy. And looks like my cat might join us. All right, starting with the Oracle deck. What does Gemini need to know? Each one of these messages comes with a hand gesture to physically empower the message. So let's see what this is. The upper hand, keep cool. This is how you do the mudra. You make a fist with one hand and you simply cup it with the other one and put your thumb over this. So over this meaning your other thumb. The affirmation goes like this: I master life using a cool head and a big heart. Goes on to say, a fit of rage, do not eat my power bar. I'm sorry, there's a cat right here. That was awkward. I'm gonna keep on going. A fit of rage always works in the end like a goal. And scientific research tells us that it makes the brain more susceptible to further outbursts. Rage release adrenaline, and this makes one aggressive while at the same time consuming energy. First, let off steam by drumming your left fist several times onto the palm of your right hand. While performing this mudra, imagine yourself under a cold shower, which gives you a good cooling off, and then take your time to consider carefully what you can do to change things and avoid future flare-ups. There is always a way, Gemini. Have a good look for it. I master my life using a cool head and heart. I'm sorry. How awkward. I'm so sorry I took a huge bite of a power bar in the middle of that. I had to show her who was boss. Keep the upper hand. All right. I love you. Get away. All right. Love her. She's my best friend. What's coming towards my Gemini? It's all you. It's all you right now. It's coming towards my Gemini. Only taking the cards that fly out for us. If they fly in reverse, that's how we read them. That wants to come out. Let's keep an eye on Knight of Wands. Wants to come out. It's coming towards my Gemini at this time. Please make it clear what they need to know about. If you have not yet, please consider hitting the like button. Floating on out, kind of in a weird way, we have the King of Swords. This represents your energy typically. King of Swords is somebody who's getting down to brass tacks. Somebody who wants to get down to truth, usually, over anything else. This is going to be an extended, you guys, for anybody who likes to go further into deeper meanings behind the cards and get advice. So that link will be in the description box below if you so choose to follow me after this video. All right, so I'm going to give you a general idea where we're going with the energy, just because I don't want to waste your time. I want to make the most of it, and you can tell if this is your reading or not. Pay attention to your body, pay attention to your thoughts and feelings that come up, because it's kind of a collaboration. We have, again, our King of Swords. So I love this because it's really telling me that you are kind of you're very much in your zone. You're very much in your place you're moving into your place of confidence in regards to a situation. We have Six of Pentacles. This is a wonderful card to get. This is reciprocity, equal give and take. This could be generosity. And then we have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is talking about heartbreak, a difficult situation. Two of Pentacles, this came out in your pre-shuffle, which you weren't privy to, but I saw it. And the Two of Pentacles talks about reprioritizing things, sometimes moving the puzzle pieces around. And then we have the Hanged Man. This is Piscean energy, and this talks about delays and setbacks. Sometimes what we think are delays and setbacks are just a slow going situation. It's happening almost divinely so that we can get a different perspective. So usually there's a timing element that's present with the Hanged Man. And it's one of those situations where in hindsight, it's 2020, right? You look back and you're like, man, okay, I'm so glad that things didn't fall into place sooner, because then I would have never discovered this. Or, okay, I see why things were actually going in that direction, or taking the time to sort out in this direction. All right, so let's get some clarity. What's this King of Swords? Regards to you, Gemini, you're in the magician phase. I love that. So this is a real time where there are more things than you realize that are fluid in a situation. So in your life right now, you're going to be really powerful manifesting, but it starts with this up here, okay? And that's why you're coming out as your King of Swords energy, because King of Swords is very analytical. Now, Gemini, you have this Piscean energy right here that's influencing it in this kind of cool divine way. Have faith in moments where you're like, hey, I'm putting my mind to this and all should work out. The numbers should work out, supposedly. There is kind of this timing element, just have faith there. But yeah, you're really powerful conceptually right now. So listen to your ideas, take them seriously. What else about our King of Swords? Be the change you want to see. You're going to make yourself very happy. But here's the thing is this is not the time to get swept up in the romantic notion that something's going to just appear. And I know that for some of you guys, that sounds like I just gave you a contradiction, because I just told you, you got the magician energy and you are the conceiver and the manifester. And we connect that to things appearing, No, this is like, kind of like, oh, I just want, a knight on shining armor to ride in on their white horse type of energy. Like the Page of Cups that energy is going to put you in a powerless place when actually you have the means, you have the power to make yourself happy right now. So the Nine of Cups is exactly that. It's almost a sense of pride you can look back and feel of like, man, I really did the right thing in that situation. What's the Six of Pentacles? Aw, one more card before I unpack this. What is this? Storyline, boo. One more. I know. Well, this got real interesting. Okay. So this is things balancing out. Specifically in a place of being valued. Something wants to come through, a gesture of support or love. Somebody might be on their way to you to express themselves with the Ace of Cups. This energy connected to it is one of isolation or loneliness, of lack of support. Sometimes in a money reading, for instance, this can be feeling broke. We have the Ten of Pentacles upside down, which talks about, man, like what you thought you'd been investing in the future kind of turned upside down, literally. So that's big picture. We've got the World, which talks about an expansion. And this is actually a really beautiful energy that's introduced to your reading, because this means you're closing a door in a really wholesome way and you're opening another one. This can mean that you are literally opening doors. You are literally traveling. You are connecting with people from distances, connecting with those that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe even just talking on the phone. Doesn't have to be travel. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here, and that could be in our sign, but it could also just be somebody who's being represented with that energy, which is nurturing, it's grounded, it's very supportive. This would be somebody who kind of demonstrates their love with action. Kind of, if you're a big fan of the 5 love languages, this would be acts of service. It can also be like financial, like gifts, And then we have the Three of Swords, which is that heartbreak card. What is this for my Geminis? Somebody kind of felt rejected here. Somebody with the Four of Cups, there's an apathy and a disinterest. And it's requiring strength to make it through this period of time. Man, the Five of Cups. Okay, so somebody's gone through something really hard here. And Gemini, if this is you, I'm so sorry. I'm giving you a little air hug right now because that's not easy. But here's the thing with the strength card is it comes out when you need to be reminded, whoever this is, they have the strength actually within them. But this is not a tool. This is using muscles that we don't use frequently. So the strength card is coming out there to let you know that this is absolutely something that you can work through, something that this individual can live through and work through and be stronger for it. And they get a chance to see just how strong they are. You know, it's funny how, have you ever like kinked your back or done something funky to your ankle when you've been running and you're like, I didn't even know that part of my body existed until it hurt. So this is kind of an example of that. Like, sure, there's that aspect of pain, but there's also the aspect of strength. You didn't even know you had this kind of strength until you got an opportunity to lift something with that muscle. So then we come to the Two of Pentacles, which is a rearrangement of things. Maybe this is a rearrangement of schedule, moving things around. Maybe this is a rearrangement of a storyline of what you've experienced pertaining to a situation versus maybe what another person experienced. Now remember that you're very much in your place of King of Swords, which is definitely like fact, trying to look through a situation and get down to facts. Emotions can sometimes skew the story. So what is this Two of Pentacles for us? Two of Swords, and here he is, galloping in. That card that wanted to come out at the very beginning, this is the Knight of Wands. Now this is somebody who's got a lot of energy, somebody who has an agenda. Usually they want whatever they put in front of you, whether it's an offer or a gesture, they want a reaction. And I don't mean that in a mean way. They aren't a passive knight. There's a decision that somebody wants you to make. Two of Swords, it's hard to make this decision. I think there's fear involved, there's a hesitation involved. And then we've got our Knight here, full of enthusiasm. And then we have the Eight of Cups. This is leaving something behind. This is all very cloudy. I'm going to look at this, the fact that this card fell and then it fell upside down. I'm actually going to read into that and say it's very cloudy. This to stay or go, or to kind of take what this Knight is offering. And the thing with the Eight of Cups is it's kind of a righteous energy, because the storyline behind this card is that at one point this individual really cared about these cups. They represent the heart space, all the things that we care about. Our sense of belonging, our sense of identity is wrapped up in this. And so we're taking care of this person's taking care of it, shining the cups, lining them all up. And then something creates a disinterest, kind of this apathy feeling, right? This Four of Cups feeling. Something all of a sudden calls them to look beyond the hills at the what if of a situation, or maybe the grass is greener beyond those hills. Maybe I'll just turn around and leave everything here and take it on faith, facing the direction of the moon and the sun right here, representing your intuition and also your fears and the unknown. Maybe I'll take it on faith that what lies behind these hills are much better than this. So I want to pause here and just say, Gemini, if this all resonates and you're still with me, kudos to you, because this is kind of the grit of life. These are some tough decisions, right? Everything is, our future is totally unknowable, right? You're in this place of manifestation, which is an incredibly empowering place. It's a great time to make these big swooping decisions, as long as they're based in high frequency energy, right? This energy of excitement and inspiration. But oftentimes human beings, when we get so scared, we're such fragile little things, right? So we can stay doing the same thing, polishing these cups forever, just because it's so scary to take a risk on these hills. Oftentimes we'll look back and be like, man, if I had not turned around and just taken on faith that something better lied out here, then I wouldn't have ever met this person. I would never have gotten that job or what have you. So this is just a pause to let you know that you are actually in a very powerful place, despite any cloudiness, despite any confusion, because you're coming out as this ball buster, King of Swords, getting down to fact, and with the manifestation energy. All right, moving on to your next card, we've got the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, like I said, is this Piscean energy of like, hey, have faith in the timing of things. There's some really important perspective or something to learn here that required it to take the pace that it took. What is this, Hanged Man? And it's specifically Eight of Swords upside down, getting unstuck up here. So maybe there's something that you learn that opens you up, frees up the situation. Maybe it's something that you've been personally telling yourself, and you're getting a chance to see things with a different view. I've got a very angry hummingbird behind me, by the way. If you hear this really high frequency, this, there's a hummingbird feeder right there, and I just ran out of hummingbird food this morning. And they will let you know. They're not fooling around. They're kind of like, they're vocal bitches. So a Temperance card. This is a transition. You're making a big transformation, a big transition in life right now. It's all to do with perspective. You're in a very powerful place with fact, the ability to get down to brass tacks. I'm gonna go on to the extended. I'll leave you here. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to follow me. That link will be in the description box below. You just have to expand it. And if this is where I leave you, I adore you. Take good care.